push the face, try and get fighters to change, and swing and a miss on the big head kick by Owen Carr.
I often like to ask fighters what they did specifically to improve since their last fight. And Ilias Sanoudakis responded with, "I've never lost. I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing."
Well, and sometimes just continuing to do your game plan is important. But every time if you make a mistake, and again, TriStar is great at being able to suss out and find those mistakes and find a way to improve them. But good work so far in his career. Ilias Sanoudakis undefeated.
Both the right and the left got through on Owen Carr. Carr pressing the action up against the cage. Now has Sanoudakis trying for the guillotine, which backed Owen Carr off. Carr lands a knee on the way out of that clinch.
Some blood coming from the nose of Owen Carr, although he says the best fights are the ones where my nose is bleeding in the first round.
It's coming from the top of the nose, though, Jeremy, not... His nose isn't bleeding, it's a cut on the bridge of his nose. Nice pressure up against the cage from Carr. Sanoudakis now with an arm-in guillotine.
Again, you're just restricting the flow of blood to the brain. You're trying to cut off a little bit of oxygen, anything to try and tire out the frantic pace of Owen Carr.
Sanoudakis very patient thus far, continuing to just weather the storm here in the early going.
And this is one of the things that Owen Carr gets a lot of flack over is his head position. His head is in the pocket, and he continues to keep his head in the pocket, and sometimes that comes in there rather aggressively. But if you look at the top-level MMA fighters, when they're in this position, their head stays in the pocket, and it is very aggressive.
Owen Carr with some foot stomps up against the cage. And Sanoudakis, a contrast in styles here. Jeremy, Owen Carr a bit frenetic. And Sanoudakis very calm. Carr switching stance now. Now he goes back. Going back and forth. Head kick didn't really get through. Again, you can see Carr just all muscle twitch fiber, Jeremy, just constant movement. Sanoudakis almost stone still in the center of the cage.
Well, it's just trying to create a moving target. He knows that Sanoudakis has a lot of power, so if he can continue to move, it makes him a difficult target to try and land a significant shot. But there was a well-timed left hand from Sanoudakis, responded by a blocked high kick from Owen Carr.
Carr coming through, Sanoudakis catching a kick and using it to take Owen Carr down to the ground.
Watch Owen Carr try to be very busy on the bottom. He likes to live from the bottom, continue to throw punches. His matchup with Ryan Connor, he ended up on the bottom a lot of time, but just stayed so busy and landed so many strikes that he was given the decision, even though he's on the bottom for the majority of the fight.
Sanoudakis on top in the half guard, looking to improve that position. Now rolling over, pulling guard for the guillotine. Carr rolls away from it, but Sanoudakis winds up on top.
Excellent work by Owen Carr, recognizing the danger and trying to deal with it before anything else.
Sanoudakis now on top, trying to isolate an arm. Just again, the difference in styles very, very evident here in the speed of the fighters.
A methodical assault from Ilias Sanoudakis, now has the back and into the body triangle, so this is a dangerous spot for Owen Carr to be in because the body triangle, very rare that somebody's able to get out of this position. So Sanoudakis will live here for the last 10 seconds of the round, trying to find a way to finish it off.
Just short time left. Sanoudakis trying to find a choke before the end of round one. He will not, but he does wind up in a dominant position. That's the end of first round here at Hard Knocks 49. Round two action at Hard Knocks 49 between Ilias Sanoudakis and Owen Carr. These two fighters, a solid round one, Jeremy. Both fighters having advantages. Ilias Sanoudakis ended it with a dominant position and having the back of Owen Carr.
Yeah, and again, an interesting round because Owen Carr, a busier fighter, and sometimes it is a busier fighter that can catch the eye of the judges. But now Ilias Sanoudakis is trying to push the pace, try and land some punches, and he has, and Owen Carr responds with some punches, but good work by Sanoudakis, immediately recognizing the danger, and some elbows from the bottom from Owen Carr.
Owen Carr landing a couple sharp elbows, continuing to try and do so. Has Sanoudakis in his guard, now slapping at the head of Sanoudakis. Again, trying to stay very busy from the bottom.
Well, and these elbows are thrown, can do some damage from this bottom position. And Owen Carr likes this position. He likes being on his back in the guard. Obviously, he would love to be on top, but this is a position he's happy with because of that elbow.
Sanoudakis now trying to posture up, find a spot, throws Carr aside, and now scrambles to the back. He has the back of Owen Carr again. He got this position with very short time to work in round number one, but again, a body triangle on Owen Carr in round two and lots of time to work.
Yeah, 3 minutes and 35 seconds. So this is lots of time for him to try and find a way to secure a choke, to land some punches. Owen Carr remaining calm, still throwing some elbows though. So not resigned to just play defense here.
Throwing some offense from the back. And now Sanoudakis just trying to find an opening. Nice defense on the wrist. Holding 2-on-1. Here's Owen Carr. Now trying to sink that choke in. Sanoudakis tried to get his arm around, but was unable to do so. Carr doing a nice job at defending. Holding Sanoudakis' head, now trying to roll through. But that body triangle keeping Owen Carr in a troublesome position.
Anytime Owen Carr tries to turn Ilias Sanoudakis, because the body triangle is so tight, it will turn with him. So that's why it's such an effective position. The other thing it does is it restricts the breathing, pushes down, puts pressure on the diaphragm of Owen Carr. Again, all to slow down the more active fighter.
Punches still coming from the top. Not much damage being done, just kind of a let you know he's there punch. Sanoudakis continuing to try and find an opening here, Jeremy. And when you're a judge now, it becomes a very interesting game because Owen Carr has been the busier fighter since this has come in, but certainly none of his actions are going to end a fight. You're not going to end a fight with a rabbit punch from a guy on your back. Whereas Sanoudakis is at a dominant position jiu-jitsu-wise and now moves into a full mount.
This is a dangerous position for Owen Carr. Trying to pass through and get to side control. Has the knee down. He is inside control now.
And Carr pressing through, trying to get away from it, and now has done so, putting himself on top.
Good work by Owen Carr to get out of such a poor position and now get to work. But it looked like Sanoudakis had an arm, but now it's Owen Carr standing. So from a very dangerous position, trying to drop an axe kick now is Owen Carr.
Minute 15 to go in round number two. Owen Carr on top of, well, just landing strikes. Ilias Sanoudakis shaking his head as if to say that didn't hurt. Just a thank you, sir. Can I have another position? Sanoudakis thinking about getting up momentarily. Owen Carr, another axe kick.
Good on Adam Cheadle to not just step in. Let the fighter solve it. Again, I always say that the best match, nice spinning back kick by Owen Carr, the best matches out there are the ones where you cannot remember who the referee was.
Owen Carr landing a kick, a couple punches. Checking to see if it's low as our referee. 20 seconds left in round number two. Owen Carr out of the way of a head kick. Blocks another head kick. Answers with a leg kick that was checked. You can see Carr firing wildly there at the last second. Short time left in the round. They'll separate. That should do it. Round number 2 in the book. You've got, when you're slippery like that, it's easier to get out of a submission and squeeze yourself through.
Not to mention the body triangle that Owen Carr has found himself in twice.
Big head kick, that one blocked. But even when you're blocking a head kick, your arm still gets kicked into your face.
And Owen Carr swinging for the fences. Perhaps he thinks he's down 2-0. And now an opportunity at a guillotine here. It is pretty tight in there.
It's an arm-in guillotine. Trying to find it. Owen Carr trying to stack up. It looks like Sanoudakis may have a shot at this. It just got a little deeper. Now Carr trying to roll through it. Sanoudakis now on top, using that guillotine choke to gain a better position. And now again, right back to the back of Owen Carr.
Again, it looks like when Ilias Sanoudakis gets a dominant position, that's when he picks up his speed. So very slow, very methodical, but anytime that there's an opportunity to get a great position, he is on it very fast. And there's that body triangle again by Sanoudakis.
For the 3rd consecutive round, Ilias Sanoudakis has Owen Carr in a body triangle and has his back. He has not been able to finish him yet, though. Sanoudakis looking for the choke. Very good defense here on top from Owen Carr.
Again, throwing punches from the top is Owen Carr. And you hear some instructions saying we need to hear a little bit, or we need to get a little bit of action from this position.
Sanoudakis trying to be patient, trying to wait for his opportunity. Now the arm briefly was under the chin of Owen Carr. Credit Owen Carr, the arm's gotten under there a couple times. He's managed to get out and crank his way out.
He continues to swim, and the chin is in, but this does hurt a ton. There's a lot of pressure on the chin, and sometimes if there's enough pressure, you can even get a tap out just from the manipulation on the jaw.
So Carr manages to fight his way out of that one. But again, it's Sanoudakis with the back of Owen Carr having the dominant position, trying to finish this fight. 2.5 minutes to go. Body triangle in place.
Owen Carr has done a lot to try and defend this position, but if he ends up in this position, he definitely will lose this round, and this could be the deciding one because both first round and the second round were close in my eyes.
Sanoudakis trying to work for the choke. You gotta wonder, Jeremy, if he couldn't stay a little busier with punches and then try and distract Owen Carr for defense, if that wouldn't get the job done.
Again, lots of pressure being put on by being put on by Sanoudakis.
Sanoudakis again trying to find his spot. Make sure you check us out on Twitter at HK Fighting, as you see right there. Hashtag HK49 to talk about this or any one of our fights.
Again, Owen Carr continuing to land strikes from the top, or from this position, and it's just not a conventional spot to land strikes from, but Owen Carr trying to stay busy.
So again, having the back but not able to necessarily do anything with it for a while has been Ilias Sanoudakis. Sanoudakis now on the chin again, trying to crank it in. As you mentioned, Jeremy, not a rear naked choke at this point, a bit of a neck crank. Just trying to smash the jaw of Owen Carr. Carr trying to push his way out of it with 30 seconds to go in this fight. 3rd and final round, Owen Carr and Ilias Sanoudakis. Sanoudakis again is forced to give up the choke. Owen Carr looks exhausted on top of him.
Well, he's been fighting off these chokes for a while, and every time that arm is across his jaw, there's such amount of pressure being put on by Sanoudakis. Sanoudakis looking to end this fight in the Triangle now maybe attempting an arm bar, trying to find some sort of submission attempt. Lots of pressure here. Owen Carr holding on for dear life. And the match will end. And this is an interesting one to call between these two great fighters.